what does the future look like? I mean, you've done a lot of writing about this. I'm sure there's, some journal pages filled with,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, what's the,
for me, it's I believe deeply, we believe deeply that there's a way to think about consumers and employees and in communities differently than we were doing it today. And that's to really center people's lives and experiences at the center of what we're trying to make, build for them, deliver to them. And you would say, well, that's obvious, but so much of our work, our brain work, our organizational work, our research doesn't do that. It's very much focused on what we as leaders want to know more than it is on what these people are trying to tell us.
hmm,
And so we're trying to flip that script and say, let's go back to what is it that people have been dying to tell you as an employee or as a customer or somebody living in the community where you operate that you need to understand if you want to do better, be better, and make more impact. And that to me is kind of like where we're already on that journey. But you say, well, where does that take you? And to me, ultimately, that's a journey that disrupts the way we learn, as organizations. That's the way that disrupts the way we think about insights and research and what organizations bring in to their decision making processes, the way they operate. And so, that's empathy at scale for me. That's connection at
I like
scale.
that empathy at scale.
And
Yeah.
that's what that's about. And that's the journey we're on. That's the vision we're on is really, changing consumer experience research, changing and re-innovating the way we think about research and learning in general, and ultimately driving more empathy and connection through business. That's what I see as the path.
Yeah.
And I don't know how long that'll take, and I don't know if I'll be the one to carry that water all the way to the end. But I think the next 10 years is really so much time and money is being invested in customer experience and now employee experience is seeing more investment. I think we are finally at the right place at the right time to be a worthy and necessary and valuable solution as companies are trying to figure out how do we do it. Because they've spent a lot of money on the platforms on like, we got a CX platform, we've got an EX platform, and now they're coming to us and saying, we see what's wrong, but we don't know why it's wrong. And that's where these stories become a really, really powerful answer to that question. So it's exciting. And it's taken, back to the beginning of this conversation. If you can't stick around long enough, if you're trying to build something that you think is disruptive or you think is unique, which is great, you've also got to find a way to like hang around long enough for that opportunity to be realized. And that means you got to try, fail, learn, try, fail again, and reduce that cycle time, operate in a way that can sort of sustain itself, whether that's partnerships, teammates, whatever it takes, be there so that when the opportunities start coming, when the market starts coming around, you're ready for it. You've learned your lessons as much as you can learn, but you're still there. So you can take advantage of what you've learned the hard way and give that insight to the customers that need it today. That's the joy of it right now, and I feel a lot of joy that I didn't always feel, in the first few years
A
when
few,
it was
few
like, oh God,
years.
what are we doing? Why are we
Yeah.
doing this?